All right, so why don't we jump in as we are wont to do here. So we'll go feet shoulder width, nice big hoop, and we gently turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Reaching over. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. That is an awesome hat.
Oh, you should see
I
her
love
hat.
it, yeah,
I
it's
love this
amazing.
hat. It's a great hat. I love that hat.
So good. And gently 1, 2, 3. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. Middle once. We inhale and exhale. And again. 1, 2, 3. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. And again. 1, 2, 3. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. Middle once. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Hands on the waist. Rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. We switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Crossing the hands, knees, gentle circle, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Switch hands, switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Hands on the waist, turning the head side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Tilting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 2. Rotation. 1, 2, and 3. And we switch. 1, 2, and 3. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to bring this screen down just a little. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. Sorry. All right. So deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to open up our feet. Arms out. Turning the head and the waist. The arms just go along for the ride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boy, typical New England. Last time we had to contend with the leaf blowers. Today we got a foot of snow out the door. At least the window's still able to be cracked though, so.
These windows over here on both sides are open.
Yeah, as long as it's not the brutal cold wind, it's nice to get some fresh air, that's for sure. All right, so we're all gonna face this side. We're gonna step out with our right foot in our empty stance, hands on the waist. By the way, just as a reminder, one of the reasons we put the hand on the waist is because we want to be able to tell whether we're square to the direction we're moving in. And so if my hands aren't on my waist, my shoulder might be tilted back and I didn't realize, but if I can see my elbows kind of peripherally without having to turn the head too much, then I know I'm square to that direction. So we gently shift forward, back, forward, and back. We pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back. We pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, back, pivot, shift, pivot, nicely done, forward, back, forward, back, we pivot, shift, pivot, forward, back, forward, and back. Really good. Shake it out. Again, deep breathing. Very good. Hands on the waist. We're going to do shoulder rolls going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. We go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 and 2. Very good. Arm swings. Inhale and exhale. Good. Deep breathing. Very good. We're going to make circles with the wrists. change directions, over the top, down the middle. Very good. Both palms down, big circle. 1, 2, and up. Switch. 1, 2, and up. Good. Switch. 1, 2, and up. Switch. 1, 2. Up. Switch. Switch. 1, 2, and up. Very good. Palms down, bending the knees, shift to your left, lift, bring the foot in, out, in, out, gently shift, lift, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, shift, lift, bring it in, out, and in. So just a quick kind of note on this. If my feet go shoulder width, then if my feet are wider than shoulder width, it makes it pretty hard to kind of take the weight off of that foot, even though I've shifted to the side. If my feet are shoulder width, then it's easier to get that weight to come off of that foot. So when we step out, we want to try not to step too far. So a lot of times we extend this foot farther and then kind of shift into it, and it makes it hard to get the weight off of that. The other thing is that with our feet shoulder width, when we shift to the side, we have to bend that supporting leg, because if we don't, we run out of room from the hip and we get to that tipping point a lot faster. So bending the knee, both knees, actually helps me to get to a place where I'm still vertical. Now, when I stand up vertically. So you notice that I don't launch myself that way, but I shift. Now I stand up. Now all the weight's off of that foot. It becomes a lot easier to move. In, out, in, out. So I want to make sure I'm not wider than the shoulders here. I shift, standing up on the supporting leg, and then bring the foot in, out, in, out, shift, lift, in, out, in, and good. So let's put all our weight on the left leg, on the right leg, left foot back, left foot comes forward, left foot goes back, forward, and back. With the left foot back, the left hand forward, and we switch. Good, and continue. Nice correction. It's not easy to do that. That's great. Very good. Yep, very good. Let's pause for 1 sec. When you walk, a lot of people pronate naturally, right? So the toes are out. So a lot of people walk like this, whether they're aware of it or not. And then also some people walk kind of, I think this one's pigeon-toed, but I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, get your toes out.
Right, so there's pronate and supinate, right? And so in either of those instances, it can affect the direction of where our balance is headed when we step. So for example, if I step straight forward, but I turn my toe out, when I take the weight off my other foot, I turn that side. If I point that toe this way when I step forward, even though I step straight forward, when I shift forward and take the weight off the other foot, I'm going to turn this way. So when I want to go forward, it's important that my front toe is facing the front, right? That's going to allow my other foot to come straight through. So when we start, just try to reference and take a look visually and see, is your front toe headed directly in front of you or is it off to the side a little bit? Because it will make a difference. What tends to happen is if my toes pointed out, then my foot comes to the side more than straight back in front, right? And that added lateral dimension is something to contend with balance-wise. You're adding kind of a level of difficulty. Whereas if you're straight back to front, it's easier to keep that balance. Not to say it's easy at all, but it is easier than also going to the side. So let's all try to reference. We'll put our front foot headed directly towards the front of the class. Put all of our weight on our right leg. Left foot back, left hand forward, and we swing. Good. Awesome. Let's switch. Put all of our weight on the left. Right foot is back. Right hand forward. And we swing. Good. Very good. So now we're all going to point our right toe 45. We're going to put our left toe out to the side. Okay, we're going to bring the left toe in. Out. In. Out. In. And out. Good. So the left toe out to the side, both hands to the right. We'll bring them across as we come in. Out. Good. And we continue. Good. Very good. Let's try the other side. We put all of our weight on the left. Reach out with the right, lightly touching, both hands to the left. And cross as we come in and out. Good. Nice. Very good. All right, we'll shake it out. Keep breathing. Excellent. So now we're going to point our right toe directly towards the front of the class. We're going to put the arch of our left foot against the heel of the right. So we form this kind of T, and we're going to step straight out with the left foot. Good. So now what we want to do is, let's start by bending our right leg. Good. So I don't know if everyone noticed what happened there, but unanimously, when everybody bent that knee, your hip settled and the weight came back on that leg. And that's actually what I was looking for. So that's really good. If your hip was really tight, you might bend the knee, but still kind of stay in the middle. And actually everybody had that momentum shift. So that's a good sign. So from here, we shift to the left and then release the hip and you turn to the left. Sit back on the right again. And again, release the hip, you turn to the right. Shift to the left, turn to the left. Sit back on the right, turn to the right. We want to try to avoid turning ahead of time. The reason we turn is because our weight is on that foot with the toe pointed in that direction. Our body wants to align itself to that direction. So even though I know I'm going to end up turning at the end of this movement, I don't want to turn ahead of time. I want to turn as a function of the fact that I shifted and relaxed the hip and I end up facing that. Good. I sit back, relax. Good. Shift, relax, turn. Sit back, relax, turn. Shift, relax, turn. Sit back, relax, turn. Shift, relax, turn. Sit back, relax, turn. So of course, being Tai Chi has to be more complicated, even though that's plenty complicated. So we're going to go right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Remember, when we go to the left side, the left hand is the hand that comes up. Other left, and your right hand comes down. So when you go to the left, your left hand is the one that comes up. Just switch your left hand. There you go. As I tell the kids in the kids class, your other left. No worries. Tai Chi will rob that from us sometimes, so it's not your fault. So we're going to lift the elbow, turn, and bring the left hand down. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip. Shift to the left, good. Lift the left, draw down with the right. Turn, draw down with the left. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip. Shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down to the left. Right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip. Shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down to the left, right hand to the shoulder, sit back, left hand to the hip. Shift to the left, lift the left, draw down with the right, turn, draw down with the left. Good. Let's try the other side. From my travels to China that a roast goose is a lovely thing. It might taste better because they're so darn mean, but boy, is that a delicious meal. The skin they get on that thing is just unbelievably crispy. Oh yeah, no thank you.
Having those babies and stuff, looking to the cages, walking around the white geese babies and the vice versa.
Oh, no kidding.
One time I found he beeped at me. This was a white geese, he beeped at it, and it stuck his head. This was in the summertime, the windows were down. The geese stuck his head in the window and started quacking.
That's awesome. Oh, that's amazing. All right, so we get Tai Chi and geese facts. Who knew? Okay, so we step out with that right foot this time. And again, let's practice. We're going to bend the left leg, all the weight goes to the left. Good. We push off the left leg, shift to the right, and then turn to the right. We sit back on the left and then turn to the left. Good. Shift to the right, turn to the right, sit back on the left, turn to the left, shift to the right, turn to the right, sit back on the left, turn to the left. Very good. Left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Remember, we go to the right hand is the one that comes up. We shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right. Very good. Left hand to the shoulder, sit back, right hand to the hip. Shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right, left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the left, turn, draw down with the right, left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Shift to the right, lift the right, draw down with the that's pretty decent. It's a lot to coordinate, right? All right, so we're going to point our right toe 45 degrees and lightly touch with our left toe. All of the weight is going to stay on my right leg the entire time. So whether I lift and stand up or fall and turn to the front, not that kind of fall, but sink, I should say. I don't want to shift forward onto that front foot. I want to keep all of my weight on the back leg if possible. I'm going to cross with my left hand in front, and let's try to start with our shoulders square to the front. So one way that we can practice this briefly is if we all put our arms out in front. There you go. So you have that sight. You go, oh, I'm not actually square. And now if you relax and turn to the right corner, and now turn back to the front. Good. Turn to the corner, turn back to the front. turn to the corner, turn back to the front. Congratulations, we're all turning our waist. That's excellent. You know, we all laugh, and it's easy to take for granted that we're doing that, but actually most people do not turn their waist at all. Most people, you usually do not see someone, unless they're a cartoon character, take a turn down the hallway by doing this, right? Usually people, you also, unless they're a robot, don't see them doing this, right? And turning this way, because usually people just take corrective steps with their feet, small steering steps. So, right? So the amount of times that we use our waist during our day-to-day activities probably not that high. In fact, most people offering advice, especially to seniors, on how to, you know, grab something off the counter, they would tell you address what you want to pick up first. Don't turn and then pick it up, right? So because of that, our lower back tends to get tight very easily, right? Which is why when we start turning our waist, if we do it with tension, we can pull muscles in the back. So all of these exercises where we're turning the waist, I may have mentioned this before, a lot of times we think we're turning our waist when we're turning the hip. So if you notice, if I'm doing this, what I'm doing right now is turning my hip, and I have a very little bit at the end of that movement when the hip stops that the waist kicks in. And really what I want to try to do is that I turn the waist and there's a little bit of hip residual on the end of it versus the other way around. So when we're doing something like this, because it looks like a big hand movement, it's easy to do this without turning the waist. We see the hands in motion, we think, okay, I've got the basic size and shape of it, it must be right. But it's important that we turn the waist and turn the waist. So when we have the hands out front and we turn to the corner, we can see kind of down the sight of the arms that we're then turning the waist. When we start out, we want to start square to the front, because I'm only going to turn my body 45 degrees. If I start 45 and turn my body, now I'm 90, it's kind of overturned, right? So we start both shoulders to the front. Now we cross the wrists. Good. Now we lift the elbow to horizontal, extend the left hand to the front, and we turn 45 to the corner. Good. We drop the elbows, we turn back to the front. And again, both shoulders are square to the front. Lift the elbow, extend the left hand, turn to the corner. Drop the elbow, turn to the front. Lift the elbow, extend left hand, turn to the corner. Drop the elbow, turn to the front. Lift the elbow, extend left hand to the corner. Turn to the front. Lift the elbow, extend the left hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbow, turn back to the front. Pretty good. Let's try the other side. So we lightly touch with the right foot this time, crossing with the right hand in front. And again, try to make sure both shoulders are equally to the front. Good. We raise the elbow, extend right hand to the front, turn to the corner. Drop the elbow, turn back to the front. Lift the elbow, open. Good. Drop the elbow, close. Lift the elbow, open. 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 Drop the elbow, close. Very good. All right, so now for something a little more simple. Feet shoulder width. Preparation, we raise up, draw down, press and settle. Good. Lift. Draw down, press and settle. Very good. Continue. Very good. Let's form the low hoop. We hold the position, breathe deeply and gently, and try to delete any tension in the body. Very good. Shoulder height. Good, dropping the elbows, holding the small ball between the palms. Elbows out, turn the palms over. We're going to straighten the arms, the legs, and the spine. Everything's standing tall but relaxed. Good, extend the wrists. Good, deep breathing. Very good. So we're going to step out again. So I want to add something to this. When we step out with this time when we step out, we want our right foot facing the front of the class. We want to step straight out, but then we want to pivot on the toe so that our left foot is facing the corner. So you're going to kind of kick your left heel out. So you're going to step straight out and then kick your left heel out. Good. Yep. So now from here, if we put all our weight on this leg, bending the right knee, when we shift to the left, instead of turning all the way to the side, we end up facing the direction of that toe, which is 45. Good. We sit back, relax, turn. We shift, turn. Sit back, turn. Shift, turn. Sit back, turn. Excellent. Right hand to the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Remember, left hand is the one that comes up when we're shifting to the left side. We shift to the left, lift, and draw down. Sit back, reset. Shift, turn, sit back, reset. Right hand to the shoulder. Shift, turn. We have open, sit back, close. Open, sit back, close. Right hand to the shoulder. Open, sit back, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, and close. Nicely done. Now let's do the reverse. So we're going to point our left foot towards the front of the class. We step straight out with our right foot and then pivot on the toe, so the foot's 45. So you're basically going to, on the toe, kick your heel out till your foot's 45. Yep. Now we put all the weight on the left leg. So we bend that knee. And then when we shift to the right and release, we end up facing 45, not the side. Yep. So again, just as a refresher, the body wants to align itself to the direction that the foot that has weight on it. So I crank this foot around, I take all my weight off and relax my body. I end up facing this way. I toe out, I take all my weight off, relax the body. I face this way. If I have my right foot facing the corner, when I shift to the right and relax, my body will stop at the corner because I'm aligned to the foot that has weight on it. When I sit back, my body turns to the front because my left foot is facing the front. So when I shift to my right and relax, I turn to the right. Now that's only true if my right foot is facing 45. If my right foot is facing dead center to the side, then I'm going to end up facing the side. So if you kick your heel out so that your foot's facing the corner, nope, other way. There you go. Now when you shift to that leg, you turn, you're going to end up facing the corner. You got it. So you sit back, turn, shift, turn. Sit back, turn, shift, and turn. Very good. Sit back, turn, left hand to the shoulder, right hand to the hip. Shift, open. Good. Sit back, close. Shift, open, sit back, close, 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 shift, open, sit back, and close. Very good. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to put shoulder width, both palms face down. So we have our cloud hand exercise. We do a circle with the right arm. And a circle with the left. And a circle with the right, followed by the left, followed by the right, followed by the left. Very good. This time we're going to pick up the right, we turn to the right corner, put it down, pick up the left, we turn to the left corner. Put it down, pick up the right, we turn to the right corner. Put it down, we pick up the left, turn to the left corner. Put it down, pick up the right, turn to the right corner. Put it down, pick up the left, turn to the left corner. Put it down, pick up the right, turn to the right corner. Put it down, pick up the left, turn to the left. Very good. Low hoop. We're going to lift, palms out, drop the elbows cross, low hoop. Cross, low hoop. Lift, palms out, cross, low hoop. Lift, palms out, cross, low hoop, lift, palms out, cross, low hoop, lift, palms out, cross, low hoop. Let's go shoulder height, palms out, figure eight, out, and in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in. Very good. Palms waist high with the palms up. Bring the elbows out. We formed a circle. Gather the fist, withdraw, and extend. Palms up, form a circle. Gather, and extend. Palms up, form a circle. Gather, and extend. Palms up, form the circle, gather, and extend, palms up, form a circle, gather, and extend, palms up, form the circle, gather, and extend. Very good. Let's go neutral position, the triangle. We draw straight down and around. Nice. Draw it down and around. Draw it down and around, 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 draw it down and around. Very good. Horizontal elbow with the right, left palm against the right palm, and we gently alternate. Good. Very good. Let's switch. Left palm facing us, right palm against it, and alternate. Very good. Back to triangle position. We're going to do draw the bow. We turn to the right and back to the middle. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Turn to the right and back to the middle. Turn to the left and back to the middle. Very good. So let's open up the feet, toes facing out to the corners. We're going to bend the knees slightly. Cross, lift, big circle. cross, lift, big circle. Lift, big circle, lift, big circle. Good. So with the idea that this is something we're trying to automate, hopefully when we turn, we'll still be able to maintain that cross, lift, big circle. So we're going to turn to the right, cross, lift, big circle as we turn back to the middle. Good. Turn to your left, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. Good. Turn to the right, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. Turn to your left, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. Turn to your right, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. And turn to your left, cross, lift, big circle, turn to the middle. Very good. Keep shoulder width. We're going to cross with the right hand on the outside. We're going to lift the right hand, press with the left. We're going for a stretch of the spine, nice and tall, but relaxed, and we switch. Good. We switch. 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 And switch. Very good. Deep breathing. It's funny, the laptop on the chair that's streaming the Zoom right now is set at just a slight angle because of the length of the cord. And so I keep trying to get myself straight. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's tilted. So I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I'm like, usually I'm pretty good about getting level. And I'm like, why is it? So, okay. Mystery has been assaulted. Right, well, exactly right, exactly. So what I'd like to do today, and if anyone has any thoughts to contrary, please feel free to say, but I'd like to do the seated version again, and then we'll progress through. What I want to do today is we're going to progress past the first section of the form and into the second. So for those that remember, and all of you were here when we were progressing like that far in the pre-COVID, right? In those classes, we've made it past the brush knee section all the way. I think we even made it to that insert the needle, and we got to the black parry punch. So the second section, we do the brush knee series, which are these movements, right? So we do 2 on the right. We end up doing a beginning style on the left. We do a brush knee on the left. Sorry, on the right, a beginning style on the left, a brush knee on the right, and then we're here. So it includes that strum the loop, close the door, form the circle, form the fist, punch, parry, punch, right up to this position. We go here, fist under elbow, neutral position. So that's the end of the second section. So before we do the first section, which I know it's going to be much easier for everyone to follow, let's run through the movements of the second section. So the movements of the second section, we've done our stork flaps wings. We have the hands above, and we're going to drop the elbows to vertical with the left hand on top. Good. We're going to palm out with the left hand and round out to the outside with the right. So your right elbow should be horizontal, and your right palm should be on the outside of your left palm facing you. You got it. Good. Now we're going to turn to the right corner, alternate the elbow, draw straight down with the left hand, turn back to the front and palm out with the right hand. That's brush knee on the right. Neutral position, left hand on top, palm out with the left, round out with the right arm. So the right hand should be palm facing you. Good. We turn to the right, alternate. So left elbow comes up, draw straight down, turn to the front, and right palm out. Now we go for the third time, left hand neutral position. Here we go, horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm. Now we're going to turn, brush knee on the left. Alternate, draw straight down with your right hand, turn to the front, and palm out with your left. Neutral position, right hand on top. Beginning style on the right, into brush knee on the right hand side. Very good. We turn to the front and palm out. Neutral position with the left hand on top. We're going to turn to the right corner, palm up, and turn back to the front. It's a fairly small movement. Now we turn both palms out and extend the arms, closing the door, then retract the arms. Right palm is waist high. We're going to form the circle. And now as we gather the fist, we don't just pull back with the arm, but we turn the waist 45 to pull the arm back. And we turn back to the front to punch. We turn the waist to pull the arm back, left elbow out, we turn to the left, left elbow down, we turn to the right, turn to the front, and we punch. We're going to bring our left hand around underneath, drop both elbows, turn the palms out. We call this leopard and tiger, springs to mouth. Good. Neutral position, left hand on top, we turn to the right, horizontal elbow, so both hands are waist high. We turn to the front, neutral position, left hand on top. We're going to make both hands fists, and when we turn our waist 45, it brings the right fist under the left elbow. Now we turn back to the neutral position. That's pretty good. So that's that whole series. Unfortunately and diabolically, and maybe even on purpose, although we can't be sure because the people who invented this aren't around to tell us or to deny it, but the entry to the first two brush knees is unlike any of the other entries to the brush knees. You notice in the rest of the form, when we do brush knee, it typically comes off of a beginning style, and then we go brush knee on that side, we do beginning style, and then we go brush knee on this side. But the first two, it's entirely different than any other way that we do it in the form. I can't say why that is. Again, it could be a little bit mean-spirited, but I doubt it. I don't think they cared what our thoughts on the subject were. It's just another way to get there, right? And Tai Chi, while it does adhere to kind of principles of Tai Chi or rules of natural movement, moving the way our body's designed to be moved, there's still a lot of variety in that. And often in Tai Chi form, they wanted to explore different ways of doing things because that makes us more informed in our movement and better able to move. So that's my excuse I make for the Tai Chi ancestors. So, okay, so we've just done our stork flaps wings. We go vertical elbow, left hand on top. Good. Palm out with the left, round out to the outside with the right. Very good. We want to clearly define that the right elbow at this point is up and the left elbow is down. It's going to make it easier to remember what happens as we do brush knees. So we turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front. If I hadn't mentioned before, if you make a slight adjustment, relaxing the shoulder, your left elbow comes in, and now your right palm comes out. That's brush knee on the right-hand side. We go back to neutral position on the left-hand side, palm out with the left, good, round out with the right. We turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front, relax the elbow and shoulder, palm out with the right, good. Neutral position, left hand on top of the third time. We go horizontal elbow with the left, palm against palm. This is called beginning style on the left-hand side. We follow this with brush knee on the left-hand side. We turn, alternate, draw straight down with the right hand, turn to the front, relax the right elbow, and palm out with the left hand. Good. We go neutral position with the right hand on top, beginning style on the right. We want to make sure the actual elbow is up, palm against palm, and we follow that with brush knee on the right. We turn, alternate, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front, adjust the shoulder and elbow, and palm out with the right. Good. We go neutral position, left hand on top. Turn to the right, palm up, and turn back to the front. That's strum the loop. So this movement, it's turning the palm up, and turning back to the front. So it's a fairly small movement. We turn, palm up, turn back to the front. That's it. Now we turn both palms out. We extend out, closing the door, and retract. Right palm is waist high, face up. We form the circle, gather the fist as we turn the waist to the corner and turn back to the front, punching to the center. Withdraw again, turning the waist, left elbow out, turn to the left. Left elbow down, turn to the right. Turn to the front, and we punch. Very good. Bring our left hand underneath, drop both elbows. Good. Turn the palms out, leopard and tiger, springs to mouth. We come to neutral position, left hand on top. We turn to the right, horizontal elbow, turn back to the front. Again, neutral position, left hand on top. We're going to make two hands fists and turn to the corner, bringing the fist under the elbow and back to neutral position. Pretty good. So now, you okay? You're doing fine with it. If it's any consolation, however bad you might think it is, I promise you it's not. It's actually pretty good. So why don't we try now to string that whole thing together. We're going to do the first section of the form all the way into the second section of the form. And then we'll even try that one time without narration, but we'll do nice and slow. And I leave no one behind. And then we can try it with standing without the legs moving. And then we can even finish up with the mapping of the footwork of the form. And that'll be some good progress.
I remember doing the tiger. I mean,
Yeah, the leopard and
that
tiger springs to mount.
that I remember doing,
Yes.
and being right up against the glass door.
Yes, it was tight in that room. I remember every time I would walk by here with all the food from the food bank and just think jealously, and it'd be nice to be in that room, because there were days where like, okay. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Good times, but you know, I'll take the room and people. That's even better, you know. All right, so let's try this from the very beginning, and I'm going to narrate this version. So we're in our ready to begin. We go preparation and draw down. Good. Neutral position, left hand on top. Beginning style on the left. Very good. Alternate the elbow and draw down with the right hand, flying diagonal. Now left hand to the center and right hand over the top, neutral position on the right. Beginning style on the right. So we want to again make sure that the elbow is up. Good. This is grass sparrow's tail. We're going to extend out square, connect at the wrist, draw both hands diagonally down to the hip, flip the left palm up, push the right hand to the right hip, lift the hand to the shoulder, and we push out. Good. Hooking the right hand, we turn to the corner, leaving the right hand there, we come across, single whip. Center and low, center and high, holding the ball. Cross at the wrist and flying diagonally with the left hand on top. Very good. Left hand to the center, followed by the right hand over the top. Beginning style on the right. Again, make sure that the elbow is up. We're going to lower the hand slightly, raise the right hand, palm out, bend forward gently, turn to your left, and come back up with the hoop, stork flaps wings. Excellent. Now we're going to go to neutral position, left hand on top. We palm out with the left, round out with the right. Very good. Turn to the right corner, alternate, draw straight down with the left hand, turn to the front, and palm out with your right. Good. Neutral position, left hand on top again. Let's try that again. And this time I'm not going to narrate, but I am going to take my time. And if I see that somebody's, you know, hasn't made it with us, I'll wait or I'll signal and we should be good. All right, so here we go. We're going to go from the first through the second section of the Tai Chi short form, seated position. And we begin. Good. Very nice. Excellent. Very good. Nice. We repeat. Excellent. Very good. Nicely done, everyone. That was excellent. Yeah, that was really good. So now let's try that. We'll do it with narration. You can do it either in the seated, but I'm going to do it in the standing stationary position. And then we'll finally do it the full roadmap of the footwork as well. Okay. So here we are. Preparation. Neutral position. Beginning style on the left. Flying diagonal on the left. Neutral position on the right. Grasp the sparrow's tail. We flip, connect, draw down, flip, and push out. Hooking the right hand, turn to the corner, single whip. Center and low. Center and high. Holding the ball, cross at the wrist. Flying diagonally on the left again. Left hand to the center, right hand over the top, neutral position. Beginning style on the right. Bend, lift, palm out, bend at the waist, turn to your left, come up, stork flaps wings. Neutral position, left hand on top, palm out, round out, turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down with the left, turn to the front, adjust, and palm out. Good. That's brush knee on the right. We're going to repeat that. Palm out with the left, round out to the outside with the right, turn to the right, alternate, draw straight down with the left, turn to the front, and palm out with the right. Neutral position on the left. Okay, horizontal elbow, palm against palm, brush knee on the left, alternate, draw down, turn to the front, and we palm out. Neutral position on the right, style on the right, followed by brush knee on the right. Draw down, push out. Neutral position on the left again. We're going to turn to the right, left palm up, turn back to the front, both palms out, close the door, settle on the legs, right palm up, form the circle, gather the fist, withdraw, turn, punch. Withdraw, left elbow out, turn, left elbow down, turn, and to the front, punch. Left hand makes that circle, comes underneath, drop the elbows to vertical, turn the palms out, leopard and tiger springs to mountain, neutral position, turn, horizontal elbow, turn to the front, neutral position, followed by fist under elbow, and square back to neutral position. I'd say that's pretty good. Let me just check and see how we're doing for time. Okay, so it looks like we're 6 minutes past. Sadly, we won't have time to get through the whole thing with the legs. However, I think that the progression of this, doing it in a seated position where we're not worried about balance at all, helps us to recall a little better. And then you can see by the time we get to the hands, seems like everything to standing position, everything's kind of firing on all cylinders. When we start stepping to the side, doing the actual mapping out of the footwork, it then gets confusing again, right? Because I'm doing mirror image and you're going to be turned to the side, trying to keep track of that can be tricky, especially because your perspective from mirror image your entire life is facing the mirror. I don't know anyone who brushes their teeth in the mirror like this, right? I mean, And truth be told, if, I brush my teeth in the mirror just because there's a mirror in front of the sink, I don't need to see where it's going when I'm not like opening my mouth to see if I've got that tooth. But all of our perspective is from the front when we do mirror image, which is why it's easier in a chair to follow mirror image. It's not a problem. But when we start turning to the sides and you're trying to kind of calculate, that can be tricky. So we'll tackle that one next time. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday.
Happy holiday to you.
Yes, and to all of you.
Enjoy.
And it's great to get to see you guys before and hopefully after. And again, if, just to second what Carrie said, I certainly am not going to judge anybody for getting together with family over the holidays. It's, that's nuts. But if you do and you wanted to join more of the Zoom classes during the week, use the same login. Don't hesitate, just come. I'll be happy to see you. So awesome. All right, everyone. Have a great one.
Merry Christmas.
And to you.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.